Welcome back to another episode of Road to William. It's day 3, y'all. It's day 3 of doing these videos back to back to back. I've never done this before. Okay. I've never done this before. This is crazy. But I wanted to watch a quick video with y'all. You know, it's Trans Awareness Month, so I just wanna be able to shine light on as many trans activists, trans people as possible, just to get them in your face, you know, so we know. I mean, I'm learning too. I'm learning with y'all about the different people in this world that are contributing to better the community. And I know we see a lot of negativity all the time in the news, on our feeds. It might get kind of down, but I just wanted to like uplift us. Although there's violence towards our community, it doesn't stop people from still wanting us to feel safe. Like there's still people who aren't scared to stand up for justice and just be themselves. And sometimes it's just being yourself is you standing up, you know, to show other people, you know, we exist. We're here. You have to adapt. It's nothing new. But look, let's get right into it. This is about a year ago, and this is on CBS 8 San Diego. And the title is Being Black, Transgender, and Non-Binary in San Diego. And this person explains more about themselves and what it means to be non-binary. There's a lot of social competition when it comes to these letters in LGBTQ plus. It's a competition that society puts on our community, because it's like you're almost fighting for who's most important. You know, that's why we have to say all the letters, you know, because, you know, people make fun of that too. Like, oh, the LGBT, and then they'll like purposely like say random letters in it just to debunk what, you know, how we feel or who we are. I say that because people get overlooked within the community, even though you could know all of the letters and what it means and what each stands for. There's there's people who get overlooked, and non-binary is definitely people who get overlooked because it's not something people are directly trying to debunk. You know, they are now. Like it's becoming more of a thing, especially with the pronouns they them. Like people love to like debate about it. Trans people are getting more of a light shed on who they are, and you know we've heard before like the lesbians, the gays, you know what I mean, like the gays, I mean the lesbians just came around the corner, to be honest. Like they was even hidden back there too. Bisexual people get still to this day I think looked sideways, you know. um but we can, that's could be, you know, a different topic, a different day. But I just wanted to let y'all know um why this is important. It's because people get overlooked, you know, or, you know, pushed to the side. So I'm taking the people pushed to the side, front row and center, okay, to y'all. And let's learn. Let's learn together. Let's get lit.
We met Court out here on the campus of USD because he recently graduated. This is a person who has faced their challenges head on and is ready to blaze a trail into the future.
I'm not a Black woman. I'm a Black non-binary person. Addressing, I use they, he pronouns. And addressing that, at the end of the day, I'm just Court.
As a Black trans person, a person who uses he, they pronouns, Court knows the odds are stacked against him.
Unfortunately, in our Black community, we have a lot of transphobia. We have a lot of homophobia. And I would say there needs to be more awareness and recognition that I'm a trans person and I look like a Black woman. I'm a trans person and I present feminine.
There are reports that the life expectancy for Black trans women is anywhere from 19 to just 35 years old. Court's own journey started when he was at an all-girls high school.
But when I was in high school, I was really, really closeted. Funny enough, I was in love with my best friend, and that is a very common reality for a lot of queer kids.
He says when he met a lesbian friend of his older sister's, something clicked.
And I was like, this person is cool and this person's gay. And if they're cool and gay, maybe that could work.
But it wasn't until he came to USD that he came out for the first time to a friend.
Like, you just told me this piece of information. It doesn't change how I feel about you. It doesn't change who you are.
And earlier this year, court decided to change pronouns.
And I don't need to feel put into a box because of what I look like or the way that I present during that day. I'm going to use the term non-binary, and I'm going to come out as trans.
He feels support from his mom and sisters, but he has a grandmother that will never know.
She met Martin Luther King Jr., shook his hand. So I understand that there's such a different generation, especially with religion attached. There's no way, honestly, I don't think she could ever understand it.
And that's another complicated piece to our culture's misunderstanding of the LGBTQ community. One court hopes people will want to understand.
A lot of times when it comes to oppression, it doesn't bother people until it affects them, and it shouldn't have to get to that point.
In San Diego, Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
All right, y'all. So I thought that was a dope interview. He really shed a light on what it's like being queer in the Black community. It is a stigma still. Like, you know, I see a lot, you know, of people supporting gay people now. Trans people is like, that's a whole nother, you know, they don't want to really touch on that. Like, but they starting to accept, you know, oh, my cousin gay, my gay. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, oh yeah, you know. I've been to functions where it's like it's like a thing. Like they, you know, I know some gay people, and I'm not about to get into it. If you would just be near the conversations I've been around, just let's move forward. So great interview. I thought it was dope that he acknowledged that, you know, his grandmother may never understand because of the time that his grandmother was in. And I get that, because sometimes I can understand it in that point of view, because it's like they're not being rude to you. It's just how they were raised. Fine. But what makes it dangerous is when people they have that same mindset from back in the day, but they're like rude and aggressive. It's like, no. So I can see the middle ground. And it's like, that's your family too, at the end of it. Especially if you're close with your family. I can see how you can, you know, adapt to certain things, you know, be like, because of this, blah, blah, blah. And still be respectful toward each other. The thing is, everybody has different opinions about different things. Even in our own community, in the LGBTQ plus community, everybody thinks differently. We have similar, you know, what we believe and things like that, and how we feel might be similar, but everyone inside of the community, outside of everybody on this earth has different opinions. We're all individual people. No one's gonna ever think the same, ever. And that is okay. The thing is, people don't want to respect that. I get it, you get it, but some people really just don't want to accept it. Anyway, that's a video for y'all. So I'm gonna actually stop it here, drop another video separate. Everybody get their own spotlight, you know what I mean? It's lit, it's going up, it's holiday week, we going crazy. Hit that like button, share this video if anything else. Leave a comment if you what was your favorite part of the video? What do you want to see me do next? Day 3, bro. Welcome to a Road to William.